The transportation sector is critical to our economic prosperity. Just last week, in his address to a joint session of Congress, US President Obama said that building a world-class transportation system is part of what made America an economic superpower. The Transportation Ministerial meeting today and the first joint Energy Transport Ministerial Conference yesterday are crucial to APEC's 2011 priorities. As APEC host in 2011, the United States has prioritized concrete initiatives that build a seamless regional economy by achieving outcomes in specific priority areas, including strengthening regional economic integration and expanding trade, promoting green growth, and expanding regulatory cooperation and advancing regulatory convergence. Moving these priorities forward requires progress or otherwise impacts heavily on the transportation sector. From yesterday's joint meeting of Transport and Energy Ministers, we noted that the transportation sector accounts for more than 60% of global oil, 6% of global gas, and some 1.5% of global electricity consumption. Thus, the sector is heavily dependent on energy, and the APEC Energy and Transportation Ministers had a day of fruitful discussions on issues such as transportation's role for a clean energy future, greening the supply chain, and energy and transportation for low-carbon and livable communities. This has a direct and meaningful impact on APEC's priority to promote green growth. Today, we are going to delve further into the transportation sector, focusing on how to balance safety, security, and sustainability for the APEC region. The efficient and safe transportation of people and goods is key to achieving APEC's BOGO goals of free and open trade and investment in our region. This is because the facilitation of trade involves improving the procedures regulating the international movements of goods, which in turn depends on the reduction of costs of doing business across borders, including notably transportation costs. In a world where supply chains are becoming increasingly globalized, regional connectivity is a high priority among APEC. In fact, issues pertaining to the global supply chain, including SME participation in it, are amongst the next generation trade issues which have been identified for attention by APEC this year. In February 2009, APEC's Committee on Trade and Investment, together with the Economic Committee, held a trade policy dialogue to identify the elements to be included in a work program on trade logistics and supply chain connectivity. Under the rubric of APEC Supply Chain Connectivity Initiative, a framework has been developed to identify choke points in the supply chain and the necessary work streams to address these choke points. The Supply Chain Connectivity Initiative identified 8 choke points to the smooth flow of goods, services, and business travelers throughout the region. Specifically, 3 out of the 8 choke points are trade impacting bottlenecks related to the transportation sector. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, please allow me to now switch gears and talk about another key priority of APEC, security in global trade. In the aftermath of 9/11, APEC leaders considered terrorism a direct challenge to APEC's vision of free, open, and prosperous economies and to the fundamental values that APEC members hold. They declared to implement individual and joint actions to counter terrorism. In 2003, the APEC Counter-Terrorism Task Force was established to build capacity and monitor progress in this area. But even before the establishment of the group, leaders launched in 2002 the Secure Trade in the APEC region or STAR initiative in response to the potential threat of terrorism to global trade. To date, there have been 7 STAR conferences where the discussions were focused on policies and procedures to enhance security and efficiency in the APEC region's seaports, airports, and other access points. The STAR initiative also fosters coordination between public and private entities that is necessary to counteract terrorist threats throughout the supply chain. The next STAR conference, to be held on Thursday and Friday here in San Francisco, will review the APEC region's progress in securing regional trade and travel over the last 10 years and will define the key priorities going forward. And in 2005, the APEC Framework for Secure Trade was adopted, which is a set of principles and standards that provide uniformity and predictability within the supply chain. By having one set of standards, the APEC Framework facilitates trade by making security requirements less burdensome to businesses and the international trade community. A number of major counter-terrorism initiatives related to secure trade in APEC have gotten underway since then. Ladies and gentlemen, as we pursue our goals of free and open trade in the Asia-Pacific region, we should continue to strengthen regional and multilateral efforts to bolster trade security in the region while promoting trade efficiency. The APEC Secretariat looks forward to a successful APEC Transportation Ministerial meeting and to the directions and visionary agenda that ministers will set. Thank you.